We'll see how they go down. All right, so
I'll read them later.
What are you watching right now?
Oh man, I probably should be watching the things that are nominated for the Golden Globes.
Because
there's so many.
That's your duty.
Because like we just added HBO Max. There's probably a billion things I could watch there.
Mm-hmm.
We have Hulu. We have Disney Plus. We have Netflix.
You have too many things.
I don't have Amazon Prime. There's no excuse. I should probably have that too. I should probably have all the things. But lately, we were trying to find something to watch. So my wife texted her friend. Her friend's like, we really like White Collar.
Had you not seen White Collar? Isn't that show over?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Long over, right?
It was from USA, right?
Yeah.
That is totally my jam.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was just saying, I'm not picky. That show, it's the right kind of like, it's in the evening and I want to watch something. That's the kind of show.
What's the lead's name in the show?
I don't remember his
He's
name.
like ridiculously handsome.
I don't know that his name matters because that is the only way to refer to him. His name does not do it justice.
Yeah.
Ridiculously handsome is correct.
Yeah.
It is just like unfair.
Yeah. He's really good.
He's great in that role.
He's been typecast as ridiculously handsome man.
And he plays it well.
But we could probably just
I'm enjoying White Collar. I mean, we're probably 4 or 5 episodes in. It's like, you know what? I like this show. I could watch all of it. I don't know that I want to, but it's just a good, fun show. Yeah.
Matt Bomer. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, Boomer.
And Tiffany Thiessen.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Kelly's in it.
Everybody's favorite high school crush.
Every time she shows up, I'm like, oh, yeah, she's in this.
Yeah.
She's good.
She's really good.
She does a good job. What are you watching, Joseph?
So I got HBO Max for myself for Christmas. And we talked about it before. I kind of went through all the DC universe.
Yeah.
And then I went through The Big Bang Theory, which is...
Wait, you did all of it?
Yeah.
I've been meaning to go through all of it because I actually, when they first advertised it, I'm like, that's going to be my show.
Yeah.
Like, that's my kind of show. So I probably watched for 2 seasons before my wife started watching with me.
Yeah.
And then we watched basically every episode after that.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone back. I haven't cycled back.
Well, see, so here's my Big Bang story, right? I used to rent that movie from Netflix and get it in the mail, right? The DVDs.
That's about when the show started, is back when Netflix was a DVD subscription service.
And I didn't finish it because I took my time with it, right? Like I would get the DVD and I would watch it and then I would keep it for a little while and then I'd watch it some more.
I took it slowly,
and
like
then,
a fine
And then
wine.
eventually Netflix stopped doing that. And it didn't come to Netflix, so I was never able to watch the show because that was kind of the only streaming service I had. And then finally I got this and I thought, okay, I'm just going to do all of the Big Bang Theory. So I dedicated the 300 hours of my life or whatever it takes to watch the Big Bang Theory. Watched all of it, and it's such a great show.
That might be a bit of an I don't think there's 600 episodes.
Well, okay, there's a
lot of years, though. It's like 12 years.
There's like 300 episodes, I think.
Is there that many?
Yeah. Dude,
12 times.
Let's see. How many seasons were there?
It's probably 12 times 20.
Let's see.
Math. I refuse to do math.
Let's see. So there are 12 seasons, 24 episodes a season at like 30 minutes apiece.
Yeah. 23. Probably about 23 minutes each. Should I do a song and a dance? I'm going to do a song and a dance.
168 hours.
Scratch the song and a dance.
So I dedicated 170 hours of my life. And I really liked it.
And I really liked it.
Anyway.
And it was worth it.
Worth every minute of it.
Show.
Anyway.
Have you watched Young Sheldon?
No, it's on my to-do list. So anyway, then my wife says, okay, I think we're ready for the Dragon Show.
The Dragon Show.
Right? Now,
Okay.
I never watched any Game of Thrones, right? I know it was this huge phenomenon,
I
right?
have watched 0 episodes of Game of Thrones.
And I'm thinking, okay, one of these
What are
days,
people thinking about us now?
one of these days, I'll sit down, I'll watch Game of Thrones, right? And my wife was like, okay, let's watch Game of Thrones. Let's watch Game of Thrones. I'm like, I don't think we're ready for Game of Thrones. I don't know that I'm ready to put in that kind of commitment to a show.
Yeah.
Right. So finally she talked me into it. We sat down and we started watching it. We got through the whole first season. And then
How many episodes is the first season?
The first season's 8 episodes, I think.
Okay. All right.
Then we got through the second season.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm about halfway through the third season.
Okay.
And I'm going, I don't think I like the show very much.
You're not done yet. You've started.
I know. And
You
I'm
gotta
not
finish this thing.
and I'm going to finish, but here's the thing. I expected so much more from this show.
From the Dragon show.
Yeah, from the Dragon show. Right. And there was a meme online that when the show ended that just I laughed until I cried and wet myself. It was, I'm sorry your Dragon show ended dumb. Right.
And right now you're thinking, but it's dumb right now.
Well, and honestly, okay, I don't know what I expected from the show, right? I think I expected more magical things, especially in the first season. The first season is like a really good period show, but not a period show that takes place in a fantasy world, but no fantasy happens. There's no magic. No one's otherworldly fast. No one is really good at anything. And they seem to kill characters at a whim. I mean, as soon as you start to learn a character and care about them, you can almost be very certain that they're going to die.
Well, that's kind of one of the clues. Okay, so there's certain characteristics you can see, and I've talked to my wife about it, and she starts to ask, is like, oh no. It's like, when you have that episode for this character you probably haven't seen for a little while, right? And suddenly we're going into their background. It's like, oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
They're dead. They want me to care about them so that when they're dead,
right,
I'm going to be hurt. Or like when you're in a car and they have that shot where you see the window behind them and you're like, oh, they're going to get hit.
Yeah.
They're about to get hit. They're done. It is bad.
The framing
right?
just looks slightly weird.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Like you because the shot has to see the vehicle coming when they don't see it coming.
Right.
But you see it coming.
Yeah. So, well, and they dispatch characters so willy-nilly.
Dispatch.
You know what I mean?
A name.
It's like, okay, and then suddenly they
That
get
should be a band.
And then suddenly they get stabbed in the neck. They don't gurgle their last words or anything. They just die and they're gone and you never see them again. Occasionally a character will talk about their death or whatever. But for the most part, that's just kind of how the show works.
People die.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure what I expected, and maybe it was just built up to me too much. But I mean,
you were able to watch it outside of the hype.
Yeah. Which feels good.
It's like, oh.
Which feels good.
So like, no one's watching. I mean, watching me watch it. And now I got to look at it and be like, why?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad show, because it's definitely not. It's clearly not a bad show. It is very well produced. It's very well written. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, because people are killed so quickly, I can see how people would enjoy it if they had to wait for it from episode to episode. But binging it almost feels like cheating. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever.
So
I'm at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for the show to be over.
I think you're right that binging is cheating. And it reminds me that you're waiting to watch WandaVision.
I'm not going to sit through an hour of WandaVision and then wonder what's going to happen. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Disney, you got it wrong.
So that's the other thing I'm watching right now. It's like I try to be very patient and like, okay, kids matter. I should take care of my kids before I watch WandaVision or whatever else, right? It's like
they are the
sometimes
future.
I make it all the way till Friday evening before I watch an episode.
Yeah.
And then nothing else will happen before I watch WandaVision. And then I watch it and I'm like, I want to watch the next one, but I gotta wait a week. And Joseph's over here all smug, like, I know better. I'm just ignoring the world
I'm
for
not.
a little bit.
Well, I don't want to say I don't have time for the world because that's just wrong. But I haven't seen anything.
I was asking him today. Okay, so big thing is a big newsworthy, debatable thing happens in the most recent episode. And there's news articles everywhere about it. And he hasn't seen it?
No,
Sounds like fake news to me.
I've seen nothing.
I
I have seen
see
nothing.
nothing.
I'll see nothing.
And you'll never have me say otherwise.
Don't know how we turned that into that, but
I don't know either.
but I will. I'll binge it
I
when
feel
it's.
like it.
I'll binge it when it's done, and honestly, I'll probably get to it after I'm done with Game of Thrones. But well, no, there's just too many hours in between then in Game of Thrones. Besides that, I'm watching Disenchanted. That's kind of my
Disenchanted?
yeah. It's the Netflix expensive version of The Simpsons in a fantasy world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's really funny. It's not for everybody.
I guess you gotta have your priorities, man.
Yeah, it's
sure.
It's really funny.
Over
though.
Marvel.
Hey,
We waited so long for
I
this.
can binge Disenchanted.
No, I have to wait to talk to you about it.
It is true. It's true.
And then we get Loki.
I think Loki's gonna be a fun show.
Yeah, well, you gonna watch that one?
Probably not. No,
I think it's gonna be more episodic. I don't know that it's gonna need to be binged.
I think
I get the feeling it's more of a adventure of the week.
I'm sure it is, but I am probably not. No,
You're just gonna ruin my life.
I am.
for a
I'm
while.
sorry.
Are you gonna wait till all of Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out before you watch that?
See, now, did that get upgraded to 8 episodes or 6?
It's 6 hours, 6 episodes.
Okay, so
It's a
I don't know.
extra long Marvel movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I think I'm gonna enjoy
just, Just don't even talk to me like it's not awesome.
it. It's awesome. It's gonna be super duper awesome.
Well, I mean that's what I've been watching, and
I know.
and then I immediately, I coined a new phrase that I'm very proud of.
Okay.
So me and my wife were talking afterwards, right after the big thing happened. Man, I can't even talk about
Oh,
this.
on WandaVision.
Yeah, on WandaVision, the big thing happened.
See, he won't spoil it for me because he's a good
and,
friend.
and I'm trying to like explain what I think it means to my wife. I'm like, but don't worry, I'll consult the nerds about it first. I'm very proud of that phrase because that's me watching like new rock stars videos and every other nerd on the internet who
Consult the nerds.
find is I like what they're selling for
Yeah.
their prognostications.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
So I immediately like to go consult the nerds, and
Yeah.
that's it. See, their prognostications take longer than watching the actual episode. It just drags it out, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's like those hour and a half podcast episodes, doesn't
And
he? Where
then
he
I have to
explains
wait
why.
a week for the next episode.
And you don't even get to talk to me about it. I really am ruining your life.
You said it.
Okay, so we're bringing our episode to a close, but I want to hit with one thing really quickly.
What's that?
I watched the trailer for the Batman again the other day. I've probably watched it legitimately
You watched it a ton of times before.
20 or 30 times.
Oh, okay. I do want to talk about that. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm so excited for that movie.
Are you?
Yes. I want to watch it.
Okay. So I've been catching up on Batwoman
Okay.
because I want to see how they transition to a completely new Batwoman because Ruby Rose?
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose, she
quit,
left
right?
the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, she chose to leave the show.
They didn't fire her. She quit.
Yeah, she chose to leave the show and they replaced her with a different character, and she's not playing the same character, but she has assumed the cowl. Okay, so I'm like, okay, well, I want to watch the new episode, so I got to finish the first season. They have Hush in that season.
Oh, really?
It's a complete, like, kind of like,
That's interesting.
it's not as good as a comic. They kind of throw him away a little bit. Like, he's just,
Oh, that's what the CW does a little bit. They throw a lot of people at you, mostly just to see what sticks, I think.
when I realized, I'm like, wait, this dude's in the costume. Oh, they're doing Hush.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
It was not.
So
I mean, I've enjoyed the episodes, but I was disappointed in Hush.
I haven't watched any of those. Who is Ruby Rose's character?
She's Kate. Oh, I'm saying the name wrong.
Okay, so no one we know.
Kate Kane.
Oh, okay.
She's Kate Kane.
Okay. So who has taken up the cowl then?
Next?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? You haven't gotten there yet.
Well, it's not on HBO Max, so I have to go to the actual recorded episodes to watch it,
Oh, that's
which
right.
I have not done.
Yeah.
I've recorded them, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it because it's not on my phone.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I'm, gosh,
Yeah.
let's do that in between episodes of a show you want.
I wonder why she
Watch.
left. Did she just not like the production? Did
I
she...
know early on they said that she had a really bad injury, like it involved her neck.
Uh-huh.
And I just think, it wasn't worth it to her anymore. And I don't know what the criteria was, but I think she's just like, you know what? No.
Yeah. It was kind of like when like Mandy Patinkin left
Criminal
Criminal
Minds.
Minds. Yeah. That was really weird.
Yeah.
Said the show was just too violent for him or something like that, and I don't know, he had some kind of issue with it that he just needed to get away from. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Thanks for watching our show.
We broke it up into segments.
Yeah.
What do you think, Joseph?
I don't know. We'll have to ask the people.
We only did about half of what we talked about,
Yeah.
but it's about an hour.
Which is
so-
okay because I did not do all the research.
Okay.
Maybe, okay.
Coming up, we're going to talk about how to actually make money making a movie. Because I
Well-
listened to a podcast and now I know.
Here's I feel like we can't give that advice unless we make money.
I'm
making a
just going
movie.
to say what Lyndon Nelson, who is a film distributor,
Maybe.
said.
Maybe we should try this for an episode soon, right? I'm going to get this on air. Maybe we should try, like, actually knowing something. That came out wrong. maybe we should try, like, a deep dive analysis into an episode of something. Clearly not WandaVision because we're not both watching it, but maybe we should try that in a future episode. What do you think?
You mean our own video? Like we would be the nerds?
Yeah. So people could consult the nerds.
Would it have to be something current?
But preferably. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. We don't get enough
So
clicks
should
anyway.
we do this like when Loki comes out? Or I'm just
Okay.
trying to think what's
Well,
what's going to be the right show for that?
What do we know well enough?
Probably not the Loki comics.
Probably not.
Sorry.
Mandalorian for us, definitely.
that
for,
one-
for me, I don't know. Maybe not. I'd have to.
I enjoyed consulting the nerds. On
I
that
used to
too.
be.
That was pretty
I
great.
used to be the man when it came to Star Wars. I'd read every single book. Then they got rid of all of them.
And they're like, nah.
And now
maybe
I'm
not
like,
these books.
You jerks.
But we're gonna make new books.
You jerks. So, yeah.
Have you read it? Have they released any of the new ones yet?
the new
High
book?
Republic.
I don't. I think the High Republic is being released as a comic series. See, I don't even know anymore. There used to be nothing that I didn't know about Star Wars.
My times have changed.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe
Did you
we try
play
that.
Fallen Order?
No.
I have it.
Okay. I'll just spend the rest of the night playing it so we can talk about it on the next podcast.
I like that story.
In
Fallen
here.
Order. I really enjoyed it.
In here, I'm just gonna stay in.
I
here.
know this sounds dumb when I say this.
Okay.
It was like being in a Star Wars movie. And I know that's the point, but I felt it.
Just really want to be a Jedi.
I just, like, there was a story and I was in it.
Yeah.
And we changed planets a couple times and we met new characters.
Guys, thanks for sticking all the way through the end of the Carpe and Zen podcast. We really appreciate it. Let us know in the comments below what you want to hear us talk about next.
I could tell you what the plan is.
Yeah?
We also might talk about the Sony Alpha 1.
But if we get one single comment, we'll definitely talk about that next time.
Instead. All right. Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.